All right. Peace. I know, y'all notice, I don't do what, I'm not, I don't do what those content creators do. I don't wait for somebody to get in. I don't wait for an audience in order to validate or approve what it is that I'm saying. Or I don't need pats on the back. All that bullshit ain't for me, right? I come to inject a thought thread that I think is relevant and maybe useful. It's the only reason that I ever do any of these types of videos or even post. Really, my only intent is to potentially spark someone, right? Not with my ideology, not with my perspective, not with my opinion. These things are no basis for unity. We can never unite in our beliefs and ideologies and our philosophies. That shit is ego. That's not a basis for unification. So when I speak, I'm not trying to inculcate you with my ideology. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't help anybody. It is no basis or foundation upon which we can build. I leave it alone. I try my best to look at every situation and define the ideal. What is the very best possible, right? What's the dream come true? Now, the first thing that I'm going to say is, please, if you see black people launch any effort, regardless as to whether or not you launched it, regardless as to, look, you heard me very vocal as it relates to the boycott. And I tried to make it very clear that while it didn't really, my boycotting Target or Walmart or these different corporations didn't make a difference, because I don't shop at Walmart, I don't shop at Target, I don't go to those, I don't spend my money with them people. I never did, right? I've only walked into a Target maybe 10 times in my entire life. I never gave them my money. So I ain't got no baseball jerseys. I don't do those things, right? So my participation didn't do anything. But I also I wasn't trying to discourage anyone from doing it. I'm real wary of Al Sharpton, like Malcolm X was and told us. I'm very wary of Al Sharpton. But if black people decide to do a thing, and even if it is not a part of your ideology, or even if what it is that you believe is different, right? If you're looking for a different outcome, I get it. I get it. Fine. It may not necessarily be in line with your philosophy, your ideology, your focus. I'm begging you. So what? So what? Put your ego to the side and stand in unison. That's all. That's all. I watched in horror as I saw black people attacking each other over the boycott. I watched in horror as I saw conversations and saw black people attacking each other over the boycott. This is only ego. This is only ego that causes that to happen. Why? So again, you've seen me. You've seen what I do. You've seen what I work toward. But does that eliminate the fact that black people decided to do something? Right or wrong, direct or indirect benefit, doesn't matter. Black people said, we're going to do something. I suggest to you that your true power is recognized when you can put your ideology to the side and you can say, yeah, that's what we doing. If that's what we doing, that's what we doing, right? How are you doing, Queen? So I was horrified to see my people attacking each other based on ideological differences, right? Based on ideological differences. You don't agree with that effort. Fine. I'm not telling you that you need to agree with the effort. What I am asking you to do is, if you see black people move, get up and move with us. Get up and move with us. It don't got to be your plan. It ain't got to be 100% consistent with your beliefs or your perspective. It doesn't have to be. Put your shit to the side and move with the team. You hear me? That is what we do. You put your shit to the side and you move with the team. This is the appropriate code of conduct. And you damn sure don't be attacking each other in public forums. You don't do that, man. You don't air your dirty laundry in public forums. Excuse me. So, I will say that, and you saw me speaking to direct benefit. There must be direct benefit to our efforts. There must be. There is no people anywhere on this planet Earth, not Lithuanian, Hungarian, Ukrainian, German, Eastern European, Hawaiian, Aleutian. There's not a single people on this planet Earth that will commit an act where that act does not have a direct benefit for themselves and their people. Nowhere on the earth. We have learned toxic behavior. It's toxic to our own humanity that we would think anything that we do should not have a direct benefit for us. That we can literally name and say, I do this because it does this for us. And if it doesn't do anything for us, I'm not doing it. Why would my energy be? Who am I? Like, who am I? I'm what? I'm like your golf caddy. I'm gonna follow around the world doing good shit for you. What? That doesn't make sense. So, I am suggesting that I love you, and I believe you are whole men and women. And I believe in my heart that you deserve to be selfish. Do you hear me? You deserve, it's okay. It is okay for you to be selfish and to completely be resigned to the idea that if I am going to spend 1 minute, $1, 1 iota of my energy in anything, then there must be a reciprocal and direct benefit for me. Not indirect. Not if this happens or that happens, and if this happens and if that happens and all of these things, and a flying monkey has to fly by, and then maybe I'm going to have some benefit from this thing. No, that's not acceptable. I'm only asking you to look at every other life form on the planet Earth. Look at the habits, look at the patterns, look at the commonalities between every single life form. I'm talking about innate. Innately, every single life form has self-preservation first and their best interests second. All I'm saying to you is, you're beautiful. You're whole human beings. Why should it be any less for us? Why? For what reason? Why is this different when it comes to us? It isn't. And so, I titled this, You Are Capable and You Are Responsible. Because I can make signs and I can, make noise and scream and yell, and I can do all of these different things surrounding these shortcomings. But the shortcomings are manifest in me. Nobody can fix this. Nobody can do this. Nobody can make me consider myself first. Nobody can make me practice self-love. Nobody can make me. So it can't be mandated. It can't be legislated. It can't be given or granted or sold or bought. It can't be. There's only one source. The things that are impacting us, the things that keep us tied to the success or failure of another man, the ailments that are afflicting us are nothing that any other human being on this planet Earth can do to address. This is why I said capable and responsible. Because there is only one true way to solve every single one of our problems. Every single one. Every problem, if I were to sit down and ask my people to write on a small piece of paper, what is your problem? What is your complaint? What is holding you back? What is your problem today? And each and every single one of them wrote down, just one. I mean, we could write, we write a damn book, right? No, just one. Write down what your problem is. And as you looked and tallied all of the responses that have been written down, you will find that the common answer is found in the control of your own shit. The common answer for every single problem that we have is found in the control of your own destiny. That's what you want. When black folk over the last few hundred years, what have they been saying to white America? They've been saying, leave us alone, ain't it? Ain't they been saying, leave us alone? We can do this on our own. Leave us alone. So the cry was to control one's own destiny, because if you do that, then you have no complaints. It is only at that place that you can interact, exchange, and deal with other people on the planet Earth on equal footing. But if you do not have equal footing, if you do not control your destiny, if you do not have your own existence in your own hands, anytime you meet to interact or exchange or do business with anyone else on the planet Earth, you are at a deficit, because they have control of their own destiny. If you're dealing with the Chinese man in China, they got control of their own destiny. They control whether or not they live or die. In Russia, they control whether or not they live or die. In Hawaii, they control that. In every single part of this planet Earth and every single people that you encounter, they control their own ability to live and die. And that puts us at an extreme deficit. So when you go to communicate or do business or exchange or interact on any level with any other people on the planet Earth, you are at a deficit. You are at an automatic deficit because you do not control your own destiny. So the answer, the individual answer to every single problem, the shortcoming that we see in our men and in ourselves, the shortcomings and the complaints that we have in our women and in our families, the shortcomings that we have are all rooted in our not having primary control of our own destiny. The pride that you see today in the men, man, somebody tell me I'm lying if I'm wrong. Somebody tell me I'm wrong if I am. The pride that you see is rooted in the things that we can buy. It's almost like we're in a lifelong reality show where we're showing everybody in the world how well adjusted we are, how good we have it, how well we're living, the things that we can do. It's a facade. It is a facade. So what this necessarily means is that your pride is rooted in a value system that you don't control. Do you hear me? So this is artificial pride. This is pride that you have purchased from white America because that's your daddy. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be harsh in saying that. But that pride is artificial. It's based on what you are allowed to have. So you drive a nice Mercedes Benz. That's good for you. That's good. Is it a real source of pride or is it an artificial source of pride? That's the question. What about manhood? See, and you've heard me speak these words, but a boy turns into a man the moment he don't need his daddy no more. He don't need his parents' household no more. He is able to do for himself what his parents had done for him when he can fly without hands holding him, when he can do for himself and flourish into the future and provide for himself as well or better than what his parents did. He's now a man. He can do it all on his own. He got that, right? That is what signifies the transition from boy to man. But we, in this artificial, synthesized reality, have had intentionally stripped away the responsibility associated with providing our own food, our own clothing, our own shelter, our own water, our own essential needs, which eliminates the direct relationship between boy and man. If another man is controlling your life, if he has ultimate control over your food, clothing, shelter, water, without those things you die in 3 days. Without those things you die in 3 days. And that man has controlled them for 400 years. So what are the instruments of your oppression? Is it money? We were oppressed here before they had currency. What are the instruments of your oppression? They are those things that tether you to mortality. So let's talk about the answer. Okay? Let's talk about the answer. And if anything that I have said, I am not humble, I am graceful. If anything that I have said is untrue, if any word that I have said is not completely true for every single carbon-based life form on the planet Earth, if these rules that I have just illustrated, if this that I have just spoken to is not true, tell me. Say it. Say it's not true. Okay? But let's move to the solutions. Let's move to the solutions, right? As I say, I supported and will support the boycott. If a motion comes into being, if black people say this is what we're doing, I'm doing it with you. I'm with you, right? No questions, okay? But I'm going to suggest we do something else. And the way that I think is that if in fact we're going to make a motion, if we are in fact going to do something, then in order for it to be effective, it needs to be something that each and every single one of us can actively do. It's not passive. It's not, okay, we're not going to do this. That's not it. I'm talking about energy. You need to spend energy. And if you spend energy, it creates mass. It creates force. It creates action. You hear me? So it requires the expenditure of energy. So if we are in fact to do something, it needs to be something that each and every single one of us right now can do that rolls up to the primary goal, right? First, you need to define what is that primary goal. For me, I define that as freedom, which means not subject to anyone else. Freedom. That comes with a cost. You got to do something. It ain't free, right? It comes with a cost. So for me, the primary goal is freedom. And so what each and every single one of us can do right now needs to roll up to that primary goal. So what can we do? What am I suggesting? The only reason I came on this, I could have said it in 5 minutes. I just happened to be long-winded. But what I am suggesting you do to solve our problem in America and in the world, to solve our problem in the world, what am I suggesting you do? How do you start? What can each and every one of you do right now? Look around your house. Look around your house. Find something broken and fix it. Simple. Simple. Don't let a single week go by where you have not found something in your house and fixed it. You see, because again, you are capable and you are responsible. You are responsible. Whatever is in your house is yours. Whatever is broken, you fix. You hear me? You don't discard. It's not disposable. Fix it. Fix the wall. Fix the screw holes that have worn. Fix the lawnmower. Fix the dryer. Fix the car. Go look it up. You got YouTube University. There is nothing that you cannot learn. Nothing. There is nothing that you cannot do. What I'm suggesting to you is that in order to truly solve our problem, there must be action. There must be activity. We look back at the Black Panthers and the template that they left. They didn't have money. What they did was they became active participants in the solution. So they fed those babies breakfast. Action. They served as their own stop signs. Action. They served as their own neighborhood watch. Action. The key is not passive resistance. It's active resistance. And what are we resisting? When I'm telling you, find something in your house that needs to be fixed and fix it, what are we resisting? We're resisting inertia. We're resisting what is in us that has held us in this place for so very long. I'm suggesting to you that our answer for everything is responsibility, is to control everything that keeps us alive. Well, it starts with maintaining what you have. Acquiring is easy. Maintaining is the key, right? Maintenance. So what I'm suggesting to you as a solution to our problem with white America and our problem in the world today as men and women, what is the one thing that each and every single one of you can do right here, right now? Go through your house and perform an inventory of those things that need to be fixed and design a plan and do it. And do it every week and every day. Make it a habit that you, with your hands, your energy, your intention, fix it. Fix it. And once you do this, what's going to happen? You see, I'm tricking you. I'm tricky. Because what will happen is it becomes very infectious. The first time you do it, and you look and you be like, man, you know what? I've been sitting here with that damn thing broken for all this time, and all I had to do was make a determination to get up and fix the damn thing, and it would have been perfect. What happens is it becomes very infectious. When you realize that you're capable, when you realize that you are capable, right? It is at that point that it begins to inform your steps. The things that you do will then change. So what is it that I'm suggesting? It sounds so unorthodox and crazy, doesn't it? What is it that I'm suggesting in order to be able to save ourselves, to solve this problem for ourselves? What is it I'm suggesting that every single man, woman, and child can do in an active effort every single day? Fix something that's broken in your house. Fix something that you own that is not operating optimally. Fix it. Do an inventory. figure out what isn't working, actively spend the energy to go figure out how to repair it, to troubleshoot it, and do it. That is my answer to move us actively from the condition that we are in as a people right now. Right now. You are capable and you are responsible. Start small. Fix the things around you. Fix the things around you. And by the time, like I said, I'm tricking you because by the time you do this, the first thing that you do, your first project, you're going to step back and be like, oh, shit, I did that. That's real pride. Oh, uh-oh. I told you I'm tricking you. That's real pride. I did this, right? And then you'll do another project. And you'll do another project, right? And you'll start fixing things around your house until you ain't got shit else to fix, right? And it is at that point, I'm going to come back at you. And I'm going to say, okay, let's build a wind turbine and generate enough power to take care of your computer station. Pick a thing in the house that you want to power. I'm going to take it off of the grid and I'm going to take care of this power for myself. Right? Pick a thing, size it. I'll do it with you. I will do it with you. Pick a corner of your house. Pick whatever it is. I don't care. Your deep freezer, pick it. Pick it. It's just math, right? It's just math. So pick a thing in your house that you determine that you want to power, and I'll show you how to build a wind turbine. We could build a water-based solution. We could build a solar-based solution. Completely up to you. Completely up to you. But my answer is active participation. It's got to be something that each and every single one can do. My dear sister, you hear me? You said acquiring is easy, maintaining is hard. Maybe by fixing the things we will start next with our relationships, sister. This is organically what will happen. You must understand, if I as a man am walking around with false pride based on the car that I can buy, based on the house that I have, based on the trips that I take, based on this facade that I'm showing to the world, if that is false pride, then the moment I experience real pride, which is what comes from my hands, my planning, my energy, the moment I begin to expend real pride, sister, everything changes. The way that I view myself, the way that I value myself changes. The way that I carry myself changes. The way that my woman looks at me changes. I'm not a trick anymore. I'm not simply a surface facade that is proud of things that he can buy from his master. I'm not proud of the things. That's not real pride. It is also not real manhood if I'm buying it from his store shelves. Real manhood is connected to the fact that with my hands and my mind and my drive and my action, I can keep myself alive without anyone else's assistance. That is what makes a man. The only thing that's changed is because we live in this society and our life effort has been drilled down to a unit of work, and $1 is assigned to that, the direct relationship between our existence and our hands has been removed. There's an intermediary. They serve as an intermediary. And so our manhood is not a natural manhood, it is a store-bought manhood. Our pride is not a natural pride, it's a store-bought synthesized iteration of that. So when you do it, oh, I got chills. Are you picking up what I'm putting down, my brothers and sisters? When you do it, go through your house and fix everything. Fix it yourself. You do it. You go look it up. You do the inventory. You figure out how to do it and do it. It ain't going to necessarily come out perfect the first time you do it. Engage in safety practices. Make sure you understand what it is you're doing so you don't maim yourself, right? But fix it. And let me tell you, just like that sister just said, maybe by fixing the things, we will start next with our relationships. It will happen organically. You will look at a man differently. Wait, I ain't going there, but let me tell you something. When your woman sees you out with an axe chopping wood because you're going to need that to be warm tonight, oh, she feels that differently. She looks at you differently. There's a different thing. It's a whole different dynamic at work right there. Real pride. It's real pride that you will have in yourself. It is real pride that the woman can have in us. It is to reconnect those things that have been disconnected from us. When they said 3/5 of a human being, what they did was they stripped away the responsibility associated with a whole human being. And as a result of that, a series of absolutely abhorrent and abnormal norms came into being. And this is where we're acting from. This is the place in which we're responding, and we're doing the best that we can. So you need to be proud. I know that, brother. I know that. You need to be proud, man. You need to be a man. You need to. But the things that have been put, these artificial, synthesized facsimiles of pride, are toxic to us. They're toxic to us. They're toxic to our relationships. They're toxic to our communities. They're toxic to our best interests because they are not natural. They are manufactured by someone else. So I suggest to you, how do we find our way out of this? How do we solve our problem? Yes, absolutely boycott. I support you. You let me know any movement that we are doing as a people, and I ain't got nothing to say. I'm with you. I'm down with you. But while we're doing that, my solution, fix it. Start fixing the things around you. Start fixing physically. Let them, they go, the people, the people around you, like the people in your house and the people that know you are going to think you crazy. Like, what is this dude doing all of a sudden? All of a sudden, this dude is fixing things. All of a sudden, this woman is fixing things. What is this? What? Are they crazy? Do it. Do it. This is what every single black man, woman, and child can do right now to change our future forever. Forever. You hear me? Yes. That queen said it. Make me think I don't even need to be talking out here. You know what I'm saying? You got it. You said it right there. It will fix everything else. Everything else. When you have you noticed that in my addressing you, not the only time I really reference white folk is when I'm making jokes. That's the only time. Because I no longer define them as the enemy. They aren't. They're not the enemy. They're small. If that was the enemy, you take out a gun, you shoot them, and you're done. Right? That's not your enemy. Your enemy is dependency. Your enemy is yourself. Our enemy is ourself. That's what. And so nobody can mandate, legislate, nobody can fix this but us. So let's start real small. Let's fix something. You want to do it on a live? You want me to? I do it with, I don't have many things broken. I fix it. If there's a hole or anything, I fix that shit. Like, quick. I love it. It's fun. It's actually quite fun. And so I'm willing to do it with you. But I'm asking you, put your hands into it. Fix it. Fix your things. That's the start. That's the start. Now, you may say, okay, so what's the next step? No. That's the step. Because if you take it, it's going to organically and automatically roll into the natural next step, and you become more capable and you become responsible. That's it. That's it. You hear me? Any questions, concerns, feedback? Am I wrong? Is it not sound? Is it not a fast enough answer for you? What is the boggle? Fix something. Fix something in your house, brothers and sisters. That's what you do. And that brings us to the next place, organically. Okay? So like I said, y'all got an initiative. We moving, I'm moving. Let's do it. Whatever it is that we gonna do. Never, when black folks determine that we gonna do something, it's not a function of my philosophy, my ideology. It isn't for me to co-sign. It isn't for me to, I can shut the fuck up. I can shut the fuck up and follow, right? And do that. So when you hear black people say, we're going to do this, don't let your ego run your mouth. Don't have to be the one that controls it and don't have to be that. It's okay. The best leader is a good follower. Do it. If black people say we're doing that, move. Move. Do you hear me? Not your lips. Move. Okay? And let's begin to do those things. Y'all done heard me speak about it before, building men. I'd love to. And there's a couple of brothers, Ty, there's a couple of brothers I'm talking to and trying to get together so that we can build some of these programs out. But I would love to have, I've mentioned building men. And I expanded that to call it building men and women, where we go to a campsite, we take that campsite, and we filter our water and find water. We hunt and fish and forage for food, and we build our shelter in a weatherproof capacity, and we skill up in all of the various things necessary for us as a people to survive on that campground. So it's not burning men, it's building them. And each and every one of us will have a magical time, and we'll walk away from a weekend or a week with skills, with the ability to hunt, to track, to fish. I see skill up badges, so an intermediary, a novice badge, up to expert, and we each one and teach one, and everyone that reaches that expert level is now required to teach the ones that are below them. And we do this on a regular basis. This is, I've spoken about this for years, building men. And I'm still, anything that you ever heard me say, man, look, it didn't go nowhere. I'm still here. It's still here. So there's people that I'm working with that these types of initiatives I'm still trying to bring into being. But I suggest that what each and every single one of you can do right this minute, right now, to change our fate into the future, fix something. Fix something in your house. Fix something around your property. Fix your car. Fix something. Use your hands. And then, like I said, a week from now, your house all shiny, ain't nothing broken, everything works, you know what I'm saying? Batteries in the smoke detectors, like all that shit, right? All that shit will be done. And at that point, you'll start to look at projects that you can do. Different things that you can do. And now, it's all changed. It's all changed. When you don't need anybody else, man, the confidence, it's a real pride. And people can see it in your eyes. They can see it in the way that you move. It's very different. It's foreign. Very few people are walking around with that degree of confidence. And they wonder, wow, what's different about that person? There's something different about that person. It's real. It's very real. And it's infectious. And the more of it you get, the more of it you will want. And it just makes you more and more capable and more beautiful and more self-sufficient. And it is through that, you ain't got to worry about taking white supremacy down. You will be self-sufficient. And that alone is what destroys it. Not having you as the linchpin. And the only way that you can do that is through capacity. And you can do it. I said, as an open for this, you are capable and responsible. And these are true words. Okay? I leave you in peace. And I hope you enjoy your weekend. All right. Thank you, Queen.